Oh shit. I always forget. I always forget to get the freaking kick going. Gotta kick that should be the first thing I need to do, but I always forget and then I never do it. Oh man. Okay. You gotta start. Like I keep forgetting and then I don't do it. So it should be the first thing we do, but I always leave it for the last freaking minute. I don't know why, but it's fine. Should be like this. Who's watching right now? All right, you guys came fast. All right, thank you. Um, is it someone I know? I don't know. Probably, most likely. If you have notifications on or you just subscribed. Okay. Now that that's set, we can start on the news report. Even though that's a little twisted, it's not supposed to be twisted. But that's fine. I think we'll be okay. This is what we just did. We just did a project for one of the clients. And so today we are a little late. Okay. How is Kick doing? Kick, we're live on Kick as well. It's working well. Alright. Now we start off with live news alerts. So that's what we're gonna do. We have 6. Damn. A lot has happened. A lot has happened in the last 2 days. Um yesterday. Yesterday at 10 p.m. we got the CDC formally stops recommending hepatitis B vaccines for all newborns. That's crazy. What does that mean for all the people who already vaccinated their kids? It's just like all of a sudden it's just don't do it anymore. But the people who already done it, the people who already vaccinated the kids, is like, okay, you know what? It's on you, right? That's what they're saying. So not now they're recommending hepatitis B vaccines for all newborns formally stop. So they don't want to do that anymore. It's crazy how you can just start something, test it out on the actual population, and then just stop. They just said, "Oh, it's just not good. It's just we're not gonna do it anymore. We're not gonna continue. That's it." Wow. Now Russian names German broadcaster Deutsches Welle as undesirable organization. Freaking German and their names. Deutsches Welle. Deutsches Welle as undesirable organization. Let's see what that means. Russian authorities designated thus banning operations in the country. Culture and Media Commissioners Waldorf Weimer stated that Russian authorities fear the truth about their actions in Ukraine will be exposed. Is that so? Well, the U.S. should fear the exact same thing. We gotta go back to the other one. Uh, let's see. Many medical and public health leaders criticized the new recommendation, while the American Academy of Pediatrics still recommends the birth dose within 24 hours, and programs like Vaccines for Children and Kaiser Permanente pledge to continue offering it. So it's so it's crazy that when 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 you don't want to follow the vaccine plan, their their instant response is, but the CDC tells us to do this. The CDC says it's okay, but the CDC telling us to do this and recommend this schedule of vaccines. But now that the CDC is changing their approach, now all of a sudden the doctors are against the CDC, and the big corporations all of a sudden they're like, nope, the CDC doesn't say anything. They have no say. It's just a recommendation. That's crazy. They used it as an excuse when it benefited them, and then as soon as it stops benefiting them, it's just like, okay, we're gonna ignore that. We're gonna look the other way. We don't care about this. You know what? Whatever the CDC has to say, maybe in the past we gave it so much importance, but now we don't care because it doesn't benefit us. It doesn't benefit the profit schedule. It doesn't benefit that. You know, that's crazy. Public her- public health experts warn ending the 1991 recommendation could lead to increased pediatric hepatitis B cases, reversing decades of progress following the CDC webpage last month. So it goes to the same thing. It's like when people don't want to vaccinate their kids, the instant response is it is approved by the CDC. But now that they don't approve it, is all of a sudden, oh, they don't know any better. They don't know what they're talking about. We're going to keep doing whatever we want. But you know what? Whatever the CDC has to say, we don't care about it. That's literally what they're saying. It's crazy how it just flips. It's completely mind-boggling to me that all of a sudden it's just a complete flip of priorities. Alleged Bondi mass shooter charged with 59 offenses, including 15 counts of murder. On Wednesday, Naveed Akram, 24-year-old, was charged in hospital with 59 offenses, including 15 counts of murder, after waking from a coma from wounds suffered during the Bondi Beach attack. What is this? Mr. Hugh, would you like? No. We can do a pop-up chat so we can see it. And then now we can bring this and make it float. And then that way we can bring it to YouTube. Persecutors wrote that the attack as improvised. Uh, Roughly 30 people were wounded in the attack, with 21 patients still in hospital, including 5 in critical condition, while 12 victims have been identified and funerals began. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese vowed action to stamp out as investigations unfold. Australia faces a reckoning over gun control. This was not over gun control. This was over the Zionist government propaganda. It has nothing to do with Jewish people. Jewish people are the sweetest, more intelligent people that we know, but they're being fed propaganda. I mean, how can you fight psychological propaganda that has been studied for literally decades? How do you go how does one regular everyday person fight against such deep level of propaganda? It's insane. It is not We need to understand that it is not the Jewish community's fault. It is the Zionist government and Zionist lobby. There's nothing else at play here other than them. That the the Jewish people are innocent. Okay, they're being fed propaganda. They don't have their own ideas. Um, Israel fires mortar, 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 mortar. Israel fires mortar into Gaza residential area, wounding at least 10. Since the ceasefire that took effect on October 10th, Israeli troops fired a mortar shell over the yellow line into a Palestinian residential area. What's happening? Is that connected properly? I believe something is not working properly. Yes. Looks a little brighter. I'm not entirely sure though. Up the brightness. Maybe I'm just going blind. No. Okay. Yeah, they're firing. They're firing at a residential area. The army said it's investigating and would not confirm whether troops crossed the line. Health officials said at least 10 were wounded, and an Israeli military official acknowledged past civilian deaths. Israeli is demanding the return of Ron Givley's remains before moving to the second phase, which includes an international stabilization force, Hamas disarmament, and further Israeli withdrawals. Interesting. So when a government when a government kills people under the umbrella of under the shell of under the cover of civilian casualties, if they kill people under the shell of if they kill people under the cover of civilian casualties, it's totally fine. You gotta turn your eye the other way, turn your head the other way, look the other way, right? But if a random guy with absolutely no connection to anything, with uh no plan, just freaking ill intention based on propaganda that same freaking government sends. Now it all of a sudden it's this huge political ideological freaking reason, right? Because it's one single person that's killing a bunch of people. But if we flip it and it's a whole entire government that is killing innocent people, then all of a sudden it's fine. All of a sudden, we shouldn't care about it. On to the next news. House passes bill criminalizing gender affirming care for minors. Yeah. You need some water? There's some water right there. On Wednesday, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a bill criminalizing gender-affirming care for transgender minors, voting 216 to 211, with some bipartisan crossover. Whoa, that was very close. 216 to 211. I mean, who is the freaking sick people that wants to allow kids to freaking be mutilated? What? Civil rights group and medical experts warned that the vote could chill care nationwide, puts the threat of persecution between hundreds of thousands of families and their doctors. Again, freaking psychological issues, bro. These doctors want the money. That's all that they want. They don't they couldn't give a flying crap about your kids and his freaking identity. What the fuck? A companion measured from question would prohibit federal Medicaid funding for gender transitions procedures for minors with a House vote expected Thursday. Yeah, please don't be wasting freaking medical aid for some kid's psychological issue and freaking reaffirming their psychological issue by actually going through surgery and having the government pay for it. What are you paying for? What damages are they under? Take a lap. Take a lap. Go run around the fucking neighborhood, dude. Get some fucking testosterone fucking moving through your veins. Damn. Then tell me how the fuck you feel. US military says strike on alleged drug boat kills four in Eastern Pacific. New one? Damn, they're really upping it. It's like one a day. On December 17th, which was today. On December 17th, Joint Task Force Southern Spear conducted a lethal kinetic strike on a vessel in international waters in the Eastern Pacific, killing four militians with no U.S. casualties. Southcom intelligence showed the boat was on a known narco trafficking routes, and the strike is part of Operation Southern Spear, which the Trump administration says aims to curtail narcotics trafficking. The Pentagon released a short video showing a boat before an explosion, but didn't provide evidence behind the allegations. Administration's figures report 26 known boat strikes and at least 99 people killed. 26 boat strikes. Damn, damn. 26 boat strikes. And so I'm sure they have some way of confirming it because 26 is a lot. Now you're not just shooting random freaking boats. We would hear the news about the families. Let's actually look that up. Let's see if the families of these individuals are saying anything. That would tell us a lot. Let's see. 26 boats struck down. Any families? Any related family has gone up and amid a resurgence, Wednesday attack was the second this week after this week's Monday strike on three alleged boats, killed eight people, and the early September attack killed two survivors clinging to wreckage. Local fishermen in coastal towns like Carabellada have reported that their peers are being targeted while carrying out daily fishing activities, leading to a climate of fear in the region. So these are fishing communities. Wow. Okay, now let's see. There's the two specific families of Alejandro Caraza in Colombia. In December 2025, the family of Medina, Alejandro Caraza Medina, filed a formal complaint with the Inter-American Commission of Human Rights. His mother, Carmela Medina, and their lawyer argued that he was a simple fisherman and was murdered by the U.S. strike. They maintained there was no drugs on his boat. So this is the actual family of the person talking. The family of Chad Joseph from Trinidad and Tobago. Relatives of 26-year-old Chad Joseph has spoken to major news outlets like the New York Times and Reuters. His mother Leonore Burnley and cousin Afisha Clements have demanded proof of drug trafficking, stating he was a local fisherman and that the U.S. blew up the boat based on a hunch rather than evidence. Let's see. Now let's see the opposite side. Um, so we see the claims from the family members, right? Let's advocate for the US. Let's see. Let's see what we can find. Um, by designating the U.S. argues that the drug cartel like the Tren de Aragua and the National Liberation Army are no longer just criminal gangs. They are designated terrorist organizations. By designating these groups as terrorist organizations, the US shifts the rules of engagement from law enforcement, where you must arrest and trial, to the law of armed conflict, where you can neutralize an enemy combatant. So I see. So maybe it was a stage plan that first they labeled the Mexican cartel as this terrorist organizations, but they didn't do anything, right? They didn't follow up with that at all. They just left it there. Then they had the lead way to go ahead and label more people as terrorist organizations, going down all the way to Venezuela, and labeling now these groups as terrorist organizations, which gives them the leisure of neutralizing an enemy combatant instead of trying to arrest them and go through proper trial. So it was a stepped face, right? A step planned. What to maybe to cause freaking Maduro to act out and say something or do something so they can go directly for him. And put someone in power that they can benefit from and that person in power can put laws in place where the US is allowed to benefit from the oil and natural resources of Venezuela. Simple as that. Simple, simple, simple. But the U.S. wants the best for the American citizens. So, and basically stealing oil from you have to say it plain as day. Because if you beat around the circle and use political terms, then you get nowhere, right? Politically, they're doing everything strategically, going after terrorist organizations, which will lead to the arrest of Nicolas Maduro, and then they can uh, endorse someone who is politically aligned with the U.S. That is the basic saying. But at the end of the day, you want to put someone in power that will pass laws that will benefit the U.S. and its citizens. Because now we are able to use their resources, and those resources are brought back to the US and affects the stock market, and the stock market does better. There's more jobs, more opportunities for the American people. There's more income coming in for the government. So, it's all around a good thing to go to war. All around a good thing. Only good things come from war for the American citizens. So that's good. Um, where were we? The U.S. maintains that these groups are in armed conflict with the U.S. and its allies, making their vessel legitimately military targets. Weapons of mass destruction. In late 2025, the administration designated fentanyl as a weapon of mass destruction. Yeah, I would agree with that. Have you seen what's going on? So, mm, so we do this. Okay, so instead of using that money to put the homeless people in San Francisco, in California, and all these places that they are the ones taking advantage of the drugs coming in, right? And whichever fentanyl that they use is gonna be mainly all these zombies that are in freaking San Francisco. Now, instead of finding a solution to actually bringing these people and taking them through a rehab, right? Putting money and research and resources into actually changing the way these people think so they're not affected by the drugs. You know, right now the system may be rigged. It may not work for everybody. That's okay. I understand that. But the whole point is that in the future, what can be done is put money into research institutions so they further understand the human mind and how to get it through addiction, specifically these hard impacting drugs. But no, instead, we want to, because if you cut off the demand, then the supply becomes insignificant. But their strategy is go for the supply. So everything in the world is supply and demand. So instead of trying their best and putting money into research of how to stop the demand for drugs, people want people wanting to buy drugs, people wanting fentanyl and whatever other um, type of drug that they use in freaking San Francisco, those zombies that are in the streets, the homeless people in California. If the goal was to stop the demand, it would instantly turn off or make the supply meaningless. But instead, we're trying to go for the supply, killing, like we just heard, innocent fishermen, according to the families of the people that died. But yet, instead of trying to mitigate the actual issue on the American side, we're looking to overthrow a government that's completely somewhere else. So I feel like there could be other strategies. I'm not the president, so we have to support him. We're just gonna do the news right away, right now. Top U.S. and world headlines. Is it me that's watching? Is and am I the one? Am I the one view that's on there? Maybe. Okay. Let me see. Shit. Top top U.S. and world headlines today. Trump's year-end address and policy moves. President Trump's speech from the White House, including new initiatives like a warrior dividend for troops and messaging on the economy and immigration, is dominating US newsfeed. What the fuck? What? Come on, dude. Top US and world headlines today. Trump delivers primetime speech. Yo, this is a little concerning. Why does it say that? Totes. You mean POTUS? I think you mean POTUS. President of the United States. We're gonna do this again. Try. Top U.S. and world headlines today: U.S. military lethal strike in Pacific, and Trump's top U.S. and world headlines today. The U.S. military carried out a strike on a vessel in the Pacific, killing four, while President Trump delivered an address to the nation, and heightened tensions with Venezuela by enforcing a naval blockade on sanctioned oil tankers, drawing international response. Multiple curated national headlines are driving attention today, covering a mix of political developments. What the frick? What's going on with my freaking thing? Okay, let me see. These news just suck. They absolutely suck. I'm just, I'm just, I'm just being too much of a perfectionist. I'm just being too much of a perfectionist, so we're just gonna go ahead and do it. Top U.S. and world headlines today. Trump announces military warrior dividends. Top U.S. and world headlines today. Trump announces military warrior dividend bonus. President Trump's pledged a one-time $1,776 bonus to 1.45 million U.S. service members in a prime time address aimed at boosting morale and support amid economic concerns. $1,000, really? U.S. enforces Venezuelan oil tanker blockade. The U.S. has imposed a full blockade on sanctioned oil tankers heading to and from Venezuela, escalating pressure on Maduro's government and drawing international scrutiny. Deputy FBI Director Bongino to resign. Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino, let's start over. Top US and world headlines today. President Trump pledged a one time $1,776 bonus to 1.45. Top US and world headlines today. President Trump pledged a one time $1,776 bonus to 1.45 million U.S. service members in a prime time address aimed at boosting morale and supporting amid economic concerns. $1,000? Come on. U.S. enforces Venezuelan oil tanker blockade. The U.S. has imposed a full blockade on sanctioned oil tankers heading to and from Venezuela, escalating pressure on Maduro's government and drawing international scrutiny. Deputy FBI Director Bongino to resign. Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino announced his January resignation while Congress sought bipartisan action, forcing a vote on exceeding ACA subsidies. In world headlines, WTO reform deal ruled out the next summit. A confidential document shows in world headlines. A confidential document shows the World Trade Organization will not finalize a reform deal at its March 2026 meeting as consensus consensus hurdles stall progress. Interstellar Interstellar comet 3I Atlas approaching Earth. Astronomers confirm comet 3I Atlas will make a close approach this week, visible with telescope, and the subject of major space agency observations. Tourism booms in tropical North Queen Islands. A $1.1 billion tourism surge driven by US, China, and New Zealand travelers boost Australia's tropical North Queensland travel sector. The CDC formally stops recommending hepatitis B vaccines. On Tuesday, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention officially ended its recommendation that all newborns receive a hepatitis B vaccine within 24 hours, with acting CDC Director Jim O'Neill accepting the change. That's the news for today. See you tomorrow. Wow. That took a while. Oh, wow. That took a while, bro. I'm just becoming like I'm becoming more lazy inside the streams instead of like instead of the opposite of just, I don't know. Is it is day 12 is day 12 today of doing the daily streams. I haven't done the short content news report in like 5 days, which that's the whole point of this. The whole point of this is to do the actual short content news reports. Sitting here for an hour talking to nobody doesn't do anything. The whole point is to clip the shorts and post them everywhere to generate a demand for my supply, which is the stream. I have the goods, I have the supply. So the short content generates the demand for people wanting it and needing it. Why hasn't that got into my head? I got burnt out. The truth is that I got burnt the fuck out. Making the videos, clipping them, I mean, the actual talking part, the actual video part is easy. It's the easiest thing in the world. Chop, chop, chop. That's it. Cut all the silent parts and all the mistakes. But the actual hard part is freaking finding all the B-roll and all the segments where that I put above my head in the news report, which is a bunch of B-roll videos of the actual thing that I'm talking about. And I do the most to find the actual accurate video that is showing what I'm talking about, that is from the actual place that is legit, that is not just spam. And that takes me, just editing the video probably takes me like 20 minutes. Finding the proper B-roll literally takes me an hour. So I got burnt out. I literally got burnt out from doing that for like 8 days, which was more than I have ever done in my whole entire life. Usually my limit is like 4 days of doing something, and then I start to struggle with my consistency and my willingness to do it. So, and then after the 4 days is when I just give up. I literally give up, and then I start focusing on other things, and I lose my intention. With the short form content, I lasted 8 days, which was more than I've ever done before. 8 consecutive days. Now with the streams, I've been going for 12 days, which is actually crazy to my mind, something that I'm not even understanding, but I'm building the consistency that I can, right? I'm building it slowly. Maybe in a year that I'll see these videos and understand like the place that I'm at and and how it's affected my freaking journey to push past that hurdle, past that speed bump, past that freaking point of friction that I have, because that's what it is a point of friction where as soon as I get to that freaking point, I start to feel friction within myself. I get what however I, maybe it's I get overwhelmed, I burn out, and then I have no energy left to do what I actually need to do. um it's an issue. It's a proper issue that I think I would learn to overcome with time, because if we look at the positive side of things, I have done 8 days of short content and 12 days of the long ass 1 hour streams. So in my brain, it's building itself. Maybe I don't see it physically, but I just need to start doing it. Right? I convinced myself that it was fine to not do the short content for a day. Then I convinced myself it was okay to not do it for 2 days, then 3 days, then 4 days. Then I convinced myself that it was okay to not do them at all because now it was too late to do those reports. So then just do the new reports. But then I didn't do the freaking fifth day. Now I'm 5 days in a row. And today, am I gonna do it? I don't know. I don't know because it's so freaking difficult. And I also lost all the content that I had in freaking Kick on Kick. I did so much IRL content, and now it's all gone because on Kick it's like Snapchat where it only stays for like um a week. So any content that you make, that you stream on Kick, it's only gonna be there for a week. After that, they delete it from their servers, so it's no longer available anywhere. So I put so much effort into that for nothing because I didn't clip it. I didn't do anything with it. I was supposed to clip all of them and repost them, and now I have an archive of them. but I'm just losing content. I'm losing so much content just because I'm fucking being, I don't know, lazy. What am I being? But today we did a lot for a client, which which I can show. Oh, everything fell. Oh no, everything officially fell. What does this mean? What does this mean? Oh man. Okay. I didn't think this through. I did not think this through. I just pulled the computer. All right, we're gonna go back to where we were. Right there. Uh, I guess I can show you on the phone. Yeah, I'll show you the phone. I'm gonna show you on the phone what I did for a client today. So 12, 12 days later, and we still haven't launched the ads. But I have been doing cold outreach, um, and uh, I have been doing cold outreach, and we finally got someone interested in our services. It's just a number of games, right? You DM 100 people, 50 reply to you, and 10 of them are interested, and three sign up for your service. That's just how that works. It is a numbers game. It's basically a numbers game. Um, so we have this website for our clients. It's a simple landing page. It's a landing page where we send traffic from Google or Facebook ads. Mainly Facebook Meta ads. Meta ads, you can apply it anywhere to. You can apply it to Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, what else? Stories, long form. You can apply to a lot of things. So we send the traffic directly here, and from here, they click on the red buttons, and it takes them to a quiz. This quiz is a qualifying quiz. This quiz is a qualifying quiz where we segment the serious prospects, and we leave out the freaking tire kickers. Um, then we grab all this information, and we send it automated through AI directly through directly to the client's phone number. So all they have to do when they wake up in the morning is check their text. We simplified it because we saw that a lot of clients don't check their email, and they don't check their calendar. So we simplified it. We made it that the AI texts all the information directly to the contractor's phone. And then so as soon as they wake up, they check their phone. They're like, okay, I got three bookings today, three bookings. They go do the estimates. Then it's up to them to do the projects on their own time. So, and we do the nurturing as well. So we text the the person who's interested in the services of the contractor, whether it's concrete, decks, fences, HVAC. or whatever they need. We set them up with an automated text sequence where we tell them, "Hey, okay, we saw your booking. We know that you're interested. We know that you're ready. So we're gonna send you this text, this information, and we'll be at your house at this time and this hour." Then the day before, we text them, "Hey, tomorrow we're excited to see you. We're excited to meet you and learn more about the project and see if we can give you an accurate quote." Um, so all these texts are automated. So to increase the likeliness of closing the deal, right? We want to increase the intention of the prospect. We want to increase the project size, and we just want to make an overall good experience. This is the basic. This is our Instagram, right? This is the Instagram. This is the landing page for us. This is what we offer. It's a free calculator quiz, revenue calculator quiz where you can apply and check what will help you increase your revenue. You can also do a free business audit where we will walk you through everything that you can do, where you are now, where you want to be, and we show you exactly how to get there. We have a free course, entirely free. It's just a link directly to YouTube. So there's no paywall, no nothing. Everything's directly there. We also have the downloadable assets. So you can download it directly to your phone. And then we have the link directly to our actual website. Simple, easy. We just want to help people. And if the way the way that they want to be helped is just by free tools, that's fine. If they want direct one-on-one help to just set it up, that's fine. If they want a monthly reoccurring service where we do it all done for you, that's okay too. We offer all of that for the client's benefit. And we offer it everything for free. The only thing we charge is the done for you program because we're spending our time and energy directly on your business. We even do the freaking free business audits where we give you everything. We give you everything that you need, right? We're spending 1 hour of our life for you. All right. Mm, what else? Markets. Let's check the markets. Okay. And explore a personal journey through the galaxy. The fuck is this? Your 2025 space mission. Journey into your training galaxy and reveal all the highlights of your year with TradingView. What the fuck is going on? What is going on? Literally, what is going on? Total time of trading verse in 2025, 123 days, and that's Earth time on Chartara. That's it. That's my only stat. Yeah, because I don't use this. No, it didn't. It didn't. January 2. January 2. I guess. Non-stop exploring streaks. 14 days. What is going on? I'm being guided to a freaking immersive. Alright, I'm done. It's just telling me what I did. They're trying to do like the Spotify or something. I don't know what they're trying to do. Can we just go to the markets, please? Okay. Right now we are in a gold trade. We're looking for gold to go bullish. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so freaking exhausted. Oh, I've been sitting in this chair for the whole day. Literally sitting in this chair the whole entire day for the client and then for the stream. Oh, and I was just so fucking tired. That's fine though. I can put through it. I'm not complaining. I'm just stating the fact that I'm tired, but I'm not complaining. I can make it through. I can make it through anything. I can make it through any day. I can make it through any way. So that goes right there. That's the swing low to the swing high. We're looking for price to grab liquidity. I think price is going to grab liquidity around 42, around 42.50 maybe. Yeah, around 42.48. Around 42.48, price will come back down. We don't probably don't need this anymore, do we? We already did that explanation and price. I mean, it played out perfectly to exactly what we've said. Okay, we'll leave it there just as proof that the markets move in cycles, right? We have the analogy that we have is a box with a top and a bottom, right? If price breaks the top, then we can assume that it will continue to expand and contract in the bullish direction. If price breaks through the bottom of the box, we can assume the price will continue in the bearish direction. How we establish these top and bottom, we look at the swing low and the swing high. So this is our box from red to green. Green is the top of the box, red is the bottom of the box. And then now the second analogy that we have is the spring. We have a spring that expands and contracts, expands and contracts. For us to have a pattern, the contraction has to be smaller than the expansion. In whichever way, if it's bullish, the contraction will be smaller than the expansion upwards. If it's bearish, the contraction will be smaller than the expansion downwards. That's trading. That's all you need to understand about trading. So, our the perfect contraction that we have is based on the Fibonacci sequence. And the Fibonacci sequence is what we have right here, which is if we look right here at our um, chart, we have charted the 0.618 and the 0.786. That is our golden zone, right? That is our golden ratio. Um, with with that, we can analyze price perfectly and understand that that is the contraction that is perfect for to open room for a new expansion, right? And what are we usually contracting to, right? We are trying to pull price to a previous sell-off. Why? Because if when price gets to this area, which we mapped out, I mean, literally perfect, when price gets back to that area, we know and understand that that is the place where an exchange is happening. Um, Sellers are becoming buyers. There is an exchange happening. So once sellers become buyers, now the buyers have control of momentum. So they keep pushing momentum to the upside, which is the buyer side. If they push momentum enough to break the box open at the top, then we know we have a trending pattern. And then the cycle continues. Then we know we had the expansion that was big enough to break the box open. Now we know that the price has to come back and contract back to a liquidity price. And we keep going with the same cycle. I'm too tired to explain this. If you want a further explanation, go back to like episode 2 or episode I think it was episode 2 or episode 1 that we did a complete breakdown of the markets. But understand that trading is only based on market structure, like maybe 30% market structure. The rest is all freaking risk management. How do you manage your risk properly and in a secure way where whatever you're risking less than 1% of your account. So then that allows you to risk to be in the trade and have and be able to execute more times. So if you invest $1, You should be willing to lose that $1 with the understanding that you could lose $1 or you can win $3. So if we have that in mind, you can literally go one, two, trade two times. You can trade up to three times. You can trade up to four times and lose because that would be $4. But then if you win, you have mitigated your losses plus you have some profit, right? And if you go smaller, if you're now you're risking 30 cents and expecting to win times 3, you can risk more times consecutively. Yeah, I don't know why I keep explaining it. I said I was tired. I said I'm exhausted. I said I'm not fully thinking properly. So that's the market. Gold looks oh man. Gold looks absolutely beautiful. It is expanding and contracting. We are waiting for price to get around this level to then continue the expansion. And that's all we're gonna look at today because I'm tired and I can't even think anymore. So, glory to God, have mercy on me, and God willing, this goes great.